Welcome back to Nightmare Creatures 2, where I'm starting us off already dead. Because this is a second part of the same level we saw last time, which means no opening cutscene. So instead, I'm going to intentionally give myself a game over and show off the game over cutscene as a little replacement. Not much to it, but that's the first time we've seen Adam Crowley in this game, which is a pretty gigantic mistake to not introduce your villain unless you game over. But now we know what Crowley's character model is in Nightmare Creatures 2. Worth the wait. And since I decided not to show off the menu here in the introductory video, here are the difficulty levels and the blood levels. You can turn off the blood, of course, or make it black blood. Put us into Wolverine mode. In case this game had too many colors for you, you can disable the only color. Thought we should know that. Because, well, I'm kind of grasping at straws. This is a less interesting level than the last few have been. It should be quite a bit shorter, so there's that. If you'll recall, last time we made it to our goal of getting to the circle, and then we just walked out, having accomplished absolutely nothing. I don't know why we went to the circle. I also don't know why we took the extremely long path through the mansion to get to the circle when there's this back door. Could have just drove our ambulance over here and popped right in through the back door. Then we could have looked at our poster of Ignatius and been on our freaking way. But oh well. So this level does look a little bit like a Nightmare Creatures level, at least. It's vaguely recognizable as an entry in this series of video games. That's new and exciting. Swear to God, if I end up liking this game, I'm gonna be so pissed. But it doesn't seem likely. That was even a little secret area. Haven't had too many of those. So we come to another dead end with something that we have to do here. Can't chop the truck out of our way, so let's drive it out of the way. Now we don't have the keys, so we're just gonna take the emergency brake off and shove it. There's a crawler trapped back here in this tiny little room. Poor thing. Put it out of its misery. Oh yeah. One other thing I wanted to do was access the cheats. We only have 2 continues at this point. That's plenty for this level. This level's quite easy. But just for my own peace of mind, I'm going to activate the infinite continues cheat. So, to do that, I have to input the master cheat, which is incredibly difficult. The inputs are L1. My entire left hand is dedicated to holding L1, so my right hand has to hit R2, circle, and square. So I have to wrap my hand around the top of the controller so that my middle finger can hold R2, my index finger and my thumb make sort of a crab claw to hit the 2 face buttons. And while I'm doing all that, I also have to press select. So, needlessly difficult. But I've mastered the art of doing that with my hand. And the other one, the unlimited continuous cheat, is much easier. Just hold 3 shoulder buttons and press the select. And you're good to go. So, now I can't game over ever again, which is another reason why I showed off that cutscene with Adam Crowley. And we've enjoyed the outdoor city life for long enough. Time to go back indoors for pretty much, well, not the entire rest of the level at least. I remember in the first game, once you chopped a limb off, it would stay in the environment forever. Which was pretty cool. As you hacked and slashed your way through the levels, you would end up with guts all over the place. This game, they all despawn as soon as you turn your back. Can't pile up our guts. Leave them as proud souvenirs scattered throughout the city. I gotta say, the circle is in a really bad part of town. All the buildings are boarded up and decrepit. 1934 is not treating London very well. Sometimes this grab on the ledges doesn't work. It's inconsistent. Sometimes you just have to walk up to a ledge that you can grab onto and hold forward, and you'll latch right onto it. Other times, you can jump at it all day long, and it simply won't work. It's meant to work, but it won't. Now we're back outside. Time to fight some bats. I actually discovered in practice that the combo that starts with square is much faster than the one that starts with X. Since there's only 2 combos, and as far as I can tell, they are functionally identical, might as well do the faster one. I assume the slower one might do a little bit more damage, but all of our damage values are fairly pathetic. Seems to... Oh, that's unfair. I'm gonna go right out and say it. That should not have happened. I guess I should have used the other combo because using that specific series of animations caused me to do a little jump, which put my character model high enough to fly over this ledge to one of the few things that can instantly kill you in this game. Plummeting off the roof of a building. Which we were at ground level 10 seconds ago. We went up 1 flight of stairs, and now we're like 10 stories high. Yeah, we're breaking the laws of physics. Didn't need that blood bag. Probably also didn't need to save it though, so. The lighting effects out here are wreaking havoc on the frame rate. Carl gets the first hit. Oh, and I lost my gun as a result of that unfortunate demise. Otherwise, I would have just blasted this thing. But I guess it's a good thing I use my infinite continues. Because I'm probably not going to die from combat here. Always a possibility I'll die from leaping off the edge of a building. So we got a big pan all the way up to the clock tower. And then just a pan back down the tower. What was the point of that? Is it suggesting that we should climb this clock tower? It is not. It is impossible to climb the clock tower. What we would call that, any aspiring game developers in the audience, is bad direction. Do not tell your players to go in a direction that they cannot go, especially on a precarious rooftop level, where you can instantly die by trying to find out if you can go that way. This path over here, you can climb up here, and it goes nowhere. You can do nothing from this point. No secrets, no optional areas, literally nothing. Just fun to climb, I guess. Wallace has turned this rooftop into his own little playground. But we do get a little preview of the roof of the building we're going to enter soon. I think this is one of the few enemies we could just ignore. Walk into this hole here instead. I'm gonna fight it just in case, but there may or may not be an invisible wall around this hole. In fact, I've piqued my own curiosity. Let's... Yep, ignore the zombie. Not getting our 100% kill rating here. It's clearly a bad idea. We should have broken our legs and most of our other bones. But no, Wallace is quite hardy. There's more zombies down here. I actually am going to kill those ones. But first, we'll play with these chairs. They're like those little prayer bench things. Supposed to put your knees on here and your hands in a folded pattern. If you stand on them when you flip them, like I just did, it is possible to get caught inside the chair. And your character model will just do repeated jumping animations that you can't do anything about for a long time. But it's not a soft lock like some other glitches that I've had. It's also not repeatable like most glitches in this game. But as you can see, we are within a Catholic church, which is a nightmare for me. But we won't spend too much time here. Can't do anything with these pews. No surprise, inside the confessional is another one of these gross boogeyman monsters. With the exact same animation as the introductory one from the last level. I'm short on items, but I've got one. So once combat activates, toxic this sucker. Now that I did not know about. I was pretty sure you cannot fatality them, because when I tried, it turned out to be a glitch that didn't work. But that only works when you do it with legitimate damage. With the toxic, it automatically knocks them down to 1 HP. And apparently that makes it possible to do a fatality on them with a new animation. Interesting. Oh, I love this edgy touch. The holy water hand bath things are full of blood. Crowley, you madman. Like, what did he do? Why did he wreak such havoc on this church? Just cover it with blood. Doesn't seem to have served his greater goals in any way. But he also filled the coffins with his demon horde. The way I think it works with combat is that enemies, once they're activated, are sort of on a timer. And at the end of that timer, they just automatically do an instant frame perfect hit on you. And that's what constantly breaks your combos. That, or it's a matter of the number of hits they've suffered, at which point they automatically break your combo. It's a very irritating and poorly thought out mechanic. We did have a crown of thorns in that one coffin, which is appropriate for the setting. And a bloody coffin here means we can chop it open, and of course it was full of blood. Refilled a bit of our health. Pretty sure there's nothing back here, and I run the risk of getting trapped there due to poor collision. But this level is quite a bit shorter than I remember. All my arbitrary exploration that led to nothing in my practice run really stretched this sucker out the first time I played it. More blood over here. Don't need it just yet. But there is more combat. Who's in the confessional? Yeah, no surprise. So we've got tracer rounds. And the Crown of Thorns is somewhere. This game is so well coded that item switching is glitched. So like I said, we have a Crown of Thorns in our inventory, but I can only select the tracer round right now. I don't know why. So, whatever. Hey, he can still fight me without a head. That's new information as well. He can still lick his blade without a head. Exciting. Oh, the things you can learn about the humanoid monster with the big ass. It's weird that so many of the enemies are humanoid in this game, because the enemies are supposed to be demons summoned by the entity for Crowley to use as his personal army. But they all appear to be creepily over-sexualized humans. I guess you could argue that they're other experiments, sort of like Wallace here, that he's fully broken and transformed in some random way. It's poorly explained. Might as well go back for the blood. Couldn't hurt to top us off. Easy to miss key behind that one altar. It is technically optional, though. In fact, since this level is so short, it's kind of pointless to grab all the items. So there's barely enough enemies to use all the items on, and you don't get to keep your items between levels. But... oh, hey. Scary zombie. Can't get to us. Sorry, buddy. We'll see if we can get to him. This is what the key is for, obviously. Pretty sure I've heard that sound effect of the door hitting the wall in numerous Bugs Bunny cartoons. Yeah, I think we can't get to this zombie. So we weren't going to get our 100% kill count regardless. It's simply impossible to kill all the enemies in this level. My bloodthirst will not be slaked. But at least the blood is red. I'll give it that. Yeah, I do believe I said that these bullets with the little fiery aura are called tracing bullets. They're not tracer rounds, possibly because of a language barrier, because Callisto's a French studio. Not sure why I'm fighting the zombie, or these ones are alive actually. So just chainsaw guy. Because like I said, we've got enough ammo to kill everybody. But we've had so little combat in this video. But I think that's enough. One stab is my limit for the day. Okay, that's back the way we came, so we gotta go through this door. I like this little scene for how broken the animations are, honestly. Oh. We can also break the vials ourselves, just by walking over them. And it causes more fire to spread throughout the room. This is actually all plot relevant for this level. Not important, but relevant to what happens later in this level. So this needlessly sexy enemy here on this operating table in this church. What is this supposed to be? What the hell is this room? But yeah, she was just being, I guess, Crowley made a little, experimentation room in here. Not sure why. Guess he's got labs scattered all throughout the city. Ah, here's a new thing. I have no idea how else to describe it, so it's a new thing. Yep. So the building is crumbling behind us because of that fire that just started. So now we have to fight this ceiling snake with bad breath. It has a preposterous amount of HP. It also has combo interruption attacks, surprising nobody. We also cannot use our items here. They are just illegal, because they would instant kill this thing. So we have to treat this like a real boss fight as the building crumbles behind us. Ooh, the tension is building. No matter how many times the building crumbles, it will not actually kill you. So the tension is a lie. The only way to die here is losing HP from the smell of bad breath. And also the random flailing of this thing. It's at the final HP threshold to trigger the last collapse we're gonna have to deal with. And he goes into a little prone position every so often. And he's dead. Very easy boss fight. And that's the level. Circle Part 2. We accomplished absolutely nothing. There was no point to any of this. But we did it. We had to get it out of the way to get to future levels. Maybe I'll come up with a new excuse for why we're playing the next level. Or I'll just admit that we're probably in it for the long haul. We're gonna see all 5 hours of this game. Unless something distracts me. But, yeah, might as well call it here. And see you next time. As we go to a new area, at least. It won't be the same decrepit streets of London. So look forward to that.